Okay, welcome back guys. So in this tutorial I'm going to be doing another variation of the shirt. So I'm going to convert the shirt into more of a jean material, something more or less like this. So I'm going to be using this reference for Raleigh from Last of Us Part 1. So this is going to be like my main reference for this. So let me just put this somewhere around. So somewhere around here should be fine for now. Okay. So now, how do we go about creating this? That will be the first question on your mind. First is, well, we're going to start from the basics, which is obviously starting from a good base, more a good base which has some height information in there. Though we can more or less even use this same height information for the base of our fabric, which looks decent enough for us to even use. I can also see some other information in there that we can even use to break up the surface even more. That we've already added in there before. You can see this white speckle of fabric pulling out or being washed out. So let's create that. So I have let's just go to Control Alt and click on the garment itself. Go to that texture set. So I think I'll need to group all of this. Yes, I'll definitely need to group all of this. So I'll select all of this, Control G to put them in a group. You just name this to plaid pattern fabric. Okay. Okay, so one material, one of these layers I like to bring out to this height map. So let me just copy this height map and I'll paste this. Just basically Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So I'll hide everything now. So we're gonna build a new fabric on top of this. I think I'll definitely use this fabric pattern. What I like to bring in is a color channel, maybe another or maybe even another height channel, but we'll see. So I have some external maps I would like to bring in. Should be this three. Let me see if I can. I think I've shown you guys. I've shown you guys this before. So I'm basically going to be reusing this. Not actually reusing this, but using this for the first time. So let me just drag it in. So we have the albedo and the normal map for them. So I'll just drag this in here. We want to drag it to the material tab. Once drag it to the material tab, we define this as texture. Then bring this into the project itself. Click import. So now we have this in here now. So I'm going to start by creating. I'm going to continue rather by creating a new layer. Let me just name this jean albedo. Okay. So let's start by plugging in the color map and also plugging in the height map. So we need to kind of turn off this height map we had before. So this is what we get right off the bat. I would like to isolate this also. So I'm going to go in here and then reduce the roughness, take the roughness, make this even more rougher like so. Then the scaling, we need to adjust the scale to make this more tileable around the entire thing. I really hope this material is a tileable material. So let me just type in a value of 10 in here to begin with. Uh, let's see if we are viewing this at 4K or actually doing this at 4K resolution. So let me kind of turn off the color for now. Let's just visualize just the height. Just the height mapping here. Okay. Let's try something around the value of 5. Okay, this might just be a more favorable number to go with. Because from a distance you can actually see it a bit better. And it's actually tileable, which is like the best part. Let's see. We just want to zoom out a bit and check this from a distance, see if everything's looking correctly or not. So it feels slightly a bit broad. So let me kind of tighten that. Let me just put a value. Let's try a value of 7 in there. I think this might just be our lucky number. Let's see. I think this should be fine. So let's bring back the color channel. Okay. So the color channel brought back in. I think there are a few things I would like to do. Yeah, I think this will work just fine. This will work just fine for what we need it for. So one of the first things I would like to do is to probably break up the surface a bit more. And to do that, I will just come in here and steal this white spots. So Ctrl C to copy. I'll come in at the top and I'll Ctrl V to paste. So you can see a bit of a breakup in there. But I'm guessing I should kind of make this breakup a bit broader. So the scale, I will reduce the scale. Let's try a value of 10. Okay. Now this is beginning to look slightly more interesting. The value of 10 seems fine. Right, but I'm looking at this now and I feel like I need to kind of darken the general bluishness of this tone. Okay. Don't know if I should do the same thing for this other one. Maybe this other one I'll give it a value of 15. Alright. Feels yeah, this feels slightly better. So going back to the material, the jean material, I will need to add a filter to this. So I want this filter to be affecting only the color channel. And another thing I would like to do also is to duplicate this jean fabric. Then on this, let me just delete the filter. On this, to the lower one, I'll just move the color channel. Move everything else apart from the normal channel. and I'll just name this to normal base. So if you notice now it feels rather harsh, so I'll just come to this channel in here, click on normal, and then reduce that and leave this somewhere around here. Okay, come back to this and put this on base color. Now to the filter, probably let's use an HSV, HS, probably HSL. I would like to okay, it seems to darken the overall look of this. Maybe even darker. I think something more or less of this nature seems close enough to what we're going for. Okay, I think this should be fine. Then I think this white spot, we need to take this down somewhere around here, should be fine. Okay, so now let's start breaking up the surface by kind of adding some more variations of color in there. Right. So let's see. Okay, let's start by doing a breakup of the same color. So for this, I think let's see. For this, I would use this same albedo, Ctrl D. But for this, we need to kind of remove the height channel. We don't need the height channel for this. We only need the color and roughness. Only color and roughness should be fine. So yeah, we need a more brighter. I think somewhere around somewhere. Let me turn it on. It was actually off. Then somewhere around here feels. Let's see. You see, so let's just want to add the black marks in here. Then I'm going to use let's use a max in here. So use a max in here. Let's use a smart max. So I'm going to use something light. Something light, probably dust surface. Let's see, let's try this on here first. Let's see what this gives us. So it's kind of taking a bit of a moment to load up. Oh, it's actually been applied already. Can't really see much of what is then in there. It's not very visible. Let's take this all the way up. Doesn't seem to do very much though. So I'll be moving that. Let's try something else. Let's try this edge rust. This particular one focuses mainly on the edges. I don't know. This feels rather too aggressive. Let's try this dust dry, dust dirty. Okay, this is this is giving us something a bit more interesting to work with. Let's see. Okay, we probably need that on. Then let's manipulating the map a bit more, or the maps a bit more. So the general, let's make it a bit broader. And I'll just blow it out even more. Okay. Before hot show, let's take this down. Okay. Let's see. Take down the blow. So looking at this now, I feel I might just need to do some hand painting in here. But let me just take this down. Probably somewhere around here. Then I think it's right time I do some hand painting in here. But before I do that, I'd like to duplicate this layer again. I'll remove the maps. And this HSV, I like to brighten things up even more. Like somewhere around here. Now the black marks. Sometimes I'll select out just this full sleeve. Let's use mesh fill. Like so. Like so. I think these two should be fine. Something like this. So we need to even get even a bit of a closer look to this. Okay. I'll duplicate this also. Again, I'll add the black marks to this. Then I think I'll just need to start doing some hand painting in here. You got depth brush selected. Start figure out where to start painting on this. Okay, but I have to make sure symmetry is turned on. At the very least, let's make sure symmetry is turned on. So turn on symmetry for this. So let's start brushing away on this. Okay, so let's just start painting on this. take down the brush size a bit more. Hold X to erase. So for now, I'll just do like broad strokes on this. Later, I'm going to soften this out. Okay. I think there should be a back view for this. Let me take down the brush size. I think now I can take out the symmetry for this and do more of an individualistic stroke on this. Okay. So just keep painting on some of this. Okay. Then I'm going to add the black. Now I'm going to add a filter in here. I'm going to use a blur filter for this. Then kind of take this down. Probably even erase some of this. Let's turn off the blur for now. and just try to erase some of this. Really take this down. Okay. So I'm going to be using another. I'm going to duplicate this base. I don't want normal for this base. I don't want height. I don't want metal. Roughness should be fine. And on this, I would even darken it even more. This one or something I want around here. Or add the black marks. Use the smart marks for this. Just try and figure out the particular smart marks you want work best for this. Let's try this edge blur. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Let me just rename this to paints. Paints. White. Then I'm going to blur this out. Okay, so this should be fine. Okay. I'm just looking at this though. I feel that you erase some of this. Something still is missing the entire thing here. Something is definitely missing. Try this brown. Yes, let's think I'll create a new layer. Turn off everything except for color and roughness. Increase the roughness all the way up. Just name this to white. The edge, white edge stains. Then I'll add the black marks in here, and I'm going to be using a fabric edge. I think there's a fabric edge. Yes, fabric edge. Now I'll just drag this on top of this white stain. So this fabric edge we are in here now. There are a few things we can do with this. So it's giving us most of the details I was kind of anticipating to see in here, which is more or less precisely what I want, except for just need to make some modifications to this. Let's start by going into the into the mask itself. Try to make some corrections to this. Let's try this in advance. Just increasing this to see. Let me take it down instead. Okay. Kind of like how this is affecting most of the edges, but we need to clean this up a bit more. Let's just try and see if we can do something else with some of the settings in here for erasing some of that and bringing some of those back. Okay, let's see what this does. Seems to give it slightly interesting look to it. But it still feels too sharp at the edge. Let's try this curvature too. Okay, just put this to the side like so. Okay, this curvature too seems to be doing okay. Let me put this back. I like how this is at the edges. I don't want it to be too sharp, so I'll reduce that. Or rather, take that all the way up. So for this curvature, let's see what this gives us. Kind of like how this is. Okay. Let's see. Then let me just blur this mask. I think there should be a blur filter in here. Let's see what this does. That's way too much, so I'll undo that. Now it shouldn't be too blur. See, one piece way too much, so I think I'm going to add a paint layer to this. But this needs a gentle blur to it, no doubt. Probably a value around 0.2. That still feels a bit much. Okay. For the most part, I'd like to erase most of this in the center. Okay. So with our brush now, going to hit X to invert that. I will need to erase some of this. It just feels slightly a bit much on the surface. Okay. So I'll just erase most of this. We increase this even more. Okay, let's see. Let's just take this down. Okay, something like so. But we still need to bring back the edge wear though. So I'm going to duplicate this again and add a black mask to this and drag this back in. But I'm using this fabric thread instead. I'm using this fabric thread instead. Let's see what this fabric thread does. Maybe even change up this color tone a bit. Let me pick the color tone from the material and then lighten it up just to have another variation of color in there. Then I'll go to the marks. I'll add a black marks. No, I'll add a paint layer instead. Now I would like to paint around, take this down. We're going to take down the stroke and the flow. Paint something a bit broad around here. Also here. Here also. Maybe even more around here to even lighten up the color even more. Okay. This back, I'm not too sure about this back. Let me go back to this paint edge and paint up fish. Okay, let me just take this stroke down and paint a bit more brightness around this region. Like so. I'll hit X to invert that and erase some of this. Let's figure out where this thing is coming from. Should be from the base, should be from this, yes. So I'm just gonna erase, just let the marks instead. Doesn't seem to be, oh, that's not even it. That's not it either. Okay, that's it. Take this all the way up and erase that even more. Okay, let's erase this. Let's see where that is coming from. Okay, it's coming from this. I think we should be on the, is there a paint layer for that? Select the paint layer. Okay, let's select the mask and then see if we can blur some of this out. Soften this, blur this out a bit more. Okay, think is our paint layer. That paint layer will also reduce. So something like this should be more enough, fair enough to use. Is there something else we can fix or correct in here? I'll create a new layer in here. Should be all the way rough. All the black marks. Spot level, I want to kind of use something a bit brighter for the edges. Let's try this edge way again on it. Okay, let's try this edge way on it again. Okay, so now we only need to make sure this edge way is showing only where we want it to show. So I'm going to add a, rather create, no, not duplicate, rather put this in a group and add the black marks to that group. Now we can review where we want this to show. Want some of this around the collars here also. Okay, need some of this here. some here, around here. I don't think there's clear. It's a bit of something in here. So I'll just keep painting around this and reveal where I want it to show. That's just basically what I'm doing right now. Just making it to be more reviewed where I want it to be, and not the entire, and not just for the entire model. Okay. So let's do also for this back piece. Alright. Now for the other side. Maybe a bit more in here. Seem to have missed this portion also. That feels way too much on this. Let me take down the opacity for this. Do something a bit light around here. Okay. Okay, it seems more or less fair enough. Let's look for some other regions we can add this one, but with a much lower intensity to it, so it won't be too sharp and too obvious and too distracting to see. But just something fair enough, just to break up the surface. I'm going to erase some of this now. It's X on the keyboard to review. Maybe take this down even more. I will even need some of this in here. Maybe increase intensity a bit more. And now something slightly more intense around there. Maybe too intense. That feels a bit too intense. Okay. Same for the back. Take this down. That feels way too intense, so I will do that and take the intensity down a bit more. Okay. So now I think we can go in there now and then begin to add some depths on top of this. We're not going to just use the previous one we had operated before. We're going to use the one we operated before to do this. Still feel this part needs to be a bit brighter. Let's see. Yes, I think we can use this to even out the tone in here. So I'm selecting these white edges. Let me just name this to crack edges. Okay, so with this low intensity, I can just begin to paint, on this rather, on the paint layer instead. Begin to paint some more brighter tones around here. It's a very low intensity. So it's not very, so it's not very sharp, but still in there. Not very sharp, but still very much in there. Even slightly more for the jacket, for the collar around here too. So it kind of like gradually fades into the base color or base tone for this. It's more or less like a softer edge to it, a softer, brighter tone to it, just to break up the surface even more. Seeing something around here should be fine. Maybe even a bit more around here. Alright, so now we can, there is some things that is missing here is like these threads, like thread pattern around this, still missing, and some breakups on this. So not necessarily breakup, but kind of damage to this. Let's see if we can add some damage to all of this to make it pop a bit more. So I would use, let's see, let me just create a new layer. I'm going to be using same, maybe something a bit bluish, something towards the bluish tone, then a bit brighter, like so should be fine. Turn up height, so make this really rough, very rough. Let me just name this to damage, or add a black mask. So I think a preferable option to use would be, I think there's this stain scratches. Yes, stain scratches marks should be something good enough to work with. And I also need to kind of add some height to this also. I'll bring in some height and I'll make the push the height towards the negative value for this. Then obviously this we need to take down drastically. So the balance, let's see if we can do it this way. The general balance for this I'll take down. Okay. So now the idea for this now is to, let me just make this slightly more intense. So I'm not going to put this inside a group. Then I'm going to add a black mask to this group. Then with the dead brush I can reveal it where I want it to be. Make places a bit more. So wherever I want some of this to be, I'll just reveal it in there. But it feels like the intensity is way too much. I also need to blow it out, but I won't blow it out now though. Let me just name this to damage. So I'll just review this where I want it to be. Shouldn't be everywhere, but just a few selected places should be fine, should be just fine. To just help break up the surface even more. I think this should be just fine. Then I'm going to just soften it. So I'm going to add I think there should be a blur filter here already, I believe. Should be a blur filter in here. A global blur. So let's just blur this out. I think that feels way too much. Let's try something 0.1. 0.1 still feels a bit much. Probably let's add the blur to the height channel instead. Let's see if that will give us something. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Nope, it's not doing anything. Let's try 0.01. No, that's way too high. 0.05. I think I'll just leave it like this. So now let's begin to use some of those debts from debt and dust from the previous fabric. So I'll just copy these three. Control C. Now just come all the way here and paste this on top of everything. And just give this a moment to load. Okay, we have something, no doubt. Let's just poke our way up. So I'll start with the base. And take this down. Okay. And adding this on top. Probably this feels way too intense. Let's just take it down a bit more. Since something like so should be just fine. I think this will work just fine. Let's check this hoodie, I think. So we're also going to add some stitches to this later on, but for now I think this will work just fine. So yes, it should be fine. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Next lesson, probably, I'm guessing after doing the entire thing, I think we'll stitches as the last thing for the entire garment, both for the boots and for the clothes and every other thing else in between. So we should be fine for now. Let me just do a quick save and I'll see you guys in the next lesson. So probably let's just do a quick render for this. Let's see what that, well, let's see how the render looks when we just do a preview render for this. So this is more or less like a preview render for this. This is not too bad. Can definitely live with this. Okay. Alright.